All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 27-18 right now. They're a game and a half. They're a game and a half out of the first seed in the Eastern Conference. They have won 5 straight games with season-ending injuries to Collin Sexton and Ricky Rubio. It is unbelievable. Shout out JB Bickerstaff. Shout out the whole Cavs organization, fans, players, everything. The city of Cleveland. This is unbelievable. And you know what's been even more crazy is Darius Garland in his last 4 games is playing like a superstar. I saw a tweet on NBA Central. His last 3 games, 32, 4 and 8, 27, 5 and 18, career high, 22, 6 and 12, and a win against the Brooklyn Nets. Darius Garland right now is averaging 20 points per game, 8 assists, and a steal and a half. It is unbelievable. Darius Garland. And so, actually, real quick fun fact. Actually, before we get into the quick fun fact, if you guys enjoy this video, you like Cavs content, I post it pretty much every single day. I also post NBA content several times every single day. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are 80 subs away from 10,000, and I can't wait. I can't wait. But so what's crazy is I used to work for this company called In the Lab, and it was founded by this guy named Devin Williams. And Devin has been in the NBA world for over 10 years. And he's played with some really dope NBA players. And he said, he tweeted this out yesterday when the Cavs beat the Nets. Something of some of the 2 hardest players I've ever stood in front of were Kyrie Irving and Darius Garland. And he was like, Kyrie was more physical. He wasn't really worried about kind of Kyrie getting by him as far as versatility-wise, as far as handles go, because Kyrie is such a physical player that he's going to use his body a little bit more. This guy, Devin Williams, is one hell of a basketball player, and he said he has never been more worried about getting snatched to his ass than Darius Garland. This man is so swifty. It is so freaking cool. But I have a stat that's actually absolutely crazy, and this is from Greg Schwartz. I guess he works for Bleacher Report, and this is the Cleveland Cavaliers rankings. Let's get this computer right here, because this is crazy. Now, I don't believe this first stat isn't right. First in wins tied. That's not right because the Miami Heat got a victory and they are 1 up. So the Cavs are second in the Eastern Conference as far as wins. They are first in net rating. They are first in defensive rating. They are first in average score differential. They are first in opponent scoring. They are first in interior field goals allowed. They are first in secondary/potential assists. They are first in paint scoring, first in plus minus, and first in win streak. We were saying, what were we saying before this 6-game West Coast road trip? I don't give a damn if they're playing Oklahoma City. I don't give a damn if they're playing Sacramento. You are playing for 2 weeks, 6 straight games, outside of your own bed, away from your family, away from your friends, away from your fans, away from your arena, away from just your daily routine of being home. But for 2 weeks. It's not like it's just one game. Away games are harder than home games. I mean, that's kind of a given. But for 6 straight games, I don't give a damn who the hell they are playing. It's not easy. It is not easy to go to opposing arenas, kind of get in that try to hit your stride, get in your groove. It's impossible because you're getting on a plane every other day to travel somewhere else in places that you have, rarely kind of been in, places you don't live. And so what did the Cavs do in that 6-game road trip? They lost 1. They literally lost 1 basketball game. And this is directly after Ricky Rubio goes down with a season-ending injury. And I was devastated, man. You guys know I live here in Chicago. I'm a big Bulls fan. I'm a big Rockets fan. And I have been very high on the Cavaliers this season. Losing Sexton, next man up, Isaac Okoro. Kid's balling his ass off right now. We'll talk about that later in the video. But Ricky Rubio goes down, kind of a key player, a very freaking key player. Both Sexton and Rubio are extremely vital for the success of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And what ends up happening, they both go out for injury. And there isn't crazy panic, because when you really think about it, the Cavaliers, you have Evan Mobley, you have Darius Garland, you have Isaac Okoro, you have Jarrett Allen. Your future is fine. The Cleveland Cavaliers' future is fine. So if they were decimated They are kind of decimated from injuries this year. But let's say the Cavs just collapsed after both of those injuries, had a very similar year as to last year, won like 25 or so games, top 5 worst team in the NBA. There would still be a growing optimism in Cleveland just because of the pieces they hold and their future and the way that these guys are developing. What did Cleveland say to all these injuries? They said, F that. Next man up, Brandon Goodwin, come up here. Isaac Okoro, get up here. Trade for Rajon Rondo. Immediately traded for Rajon Rondo, who's played 3 games for the Cavs, by the way. They still, when Rajon Rondo is when these guys are clicking with Rondo in a couple of weeks, I guarantee you the Cavs are going to be hard to stop. And one thing I've been saying in every video, and it's probably getting annoying by this point, is the Cavaliers' defense is so freaking good. It's so freaking good, dude. When you have 3 7-footers, that should kind of speak for itself, but you have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen down in the paint, you should be terrified. Opposing teams should be terrified. I would rather go up against the Utah Jazz, a great defensive team with Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower, than the Cleveland Cavaliers. If I'm trying to score in the paint, the Cavs are the last team I am trying to play. As the stat says, first in paint scoring, first in interior defense, field goal allowed. It's just unbelievable what they're doing. So you add those, you got kind of your big 2 7-footers, and then, also Lauri's just happens to be there, and Lauri's been phenomenal. Lauri's made some really clutch shots the last couple of games, late in the fourth quarter. And then you got a new cat, Isaac Okoro, who's only in his 2nd year in the NBA, and this guy defensively can clamp pretty much any player on the perimeter. Or he can at least slow them down. Last night against Kyrie Irving, or last afternoon against Kyrie Irving, he did a phenomenal job. And like I said, I don't know, maybe the Cavs are able to keep up with the scoring if Isaac Okoro doesn't kind of clamp up James Harden and Kyrie Irving, but I don't really think the Cavs, they definitely don't have as good of a chance last night if Isaac Okoro didn't play that defense throughout the game, but specifically there late in the fourth quarter where the Cavs just kept scoring the basketball and the Nets were suffering for every field goal they made, every field goal they attempted. The Cavs were suffering, dude. They were just completely suffering. Honestly, you could argue that game could have been 15 point deficit by the end of the fourth quarter. So this Cavs team with a top 5 defense in the NBA, they're going to be in every game. And it just kind of gets to a matter of clicking offensively. And recently, 5 straight wins, that's exactly what they have been doing, right? That's exactly what they've been doing. And, once again, I want to give so much love to Isaac Okoro. I mean, that man defensively is a stud. So he's going to play regardless. But, dude, offensively, what I've seen from Isaac Okoro before the injury and then last afternoon against the Brooklyn Nets, it's been awesome, man. He's one hell of a piece for this Cavaliers team. And like I said, Darius Garland's kind of the guy over in Cleveland. You got Jared Allen, you got Evan Mobley. But Darius is kind of the dude. That guy's probably, he's at least going to be a star. He's probably going to be a superstar, if we're being real here. The way he's developing right now, probably going to be a superstar. And you just pair it all together, and the Cavs are unbelievable. The Cavs are unbelievable. A game and a half out of the Eastern Conference, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. One of the hardest schedules in the NBA. It's been so fun to watch. So that's actually it for today. I just wanted to show some love for the Cleveland Cavaliers and kind of talk about these cool 2 tweets that I saw earlier today. Cavs Nation, appreciate you guys so much, man. You got my video last night to 200 and something likes. So thank you guys so much. Let's aim for 100 on today's video. If you're still watching this video and you have not subscribed and you enjoyed it, only if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you guys later.